We're live.
Aces.
We're missing some actors.
We are.
Thankfully, the show isn't starting immediately.
There you are. Okay.
Lovely awkward half an hour to all sit in silence.
To sit in solemn silence.
You sit in solemn silence.
We can't do vocal warm-ups.
I'm happy to do lovely half an hour to all sit in silence.
To sit in solemn silence. On a dull, dark dock.
On a dull, dark dock.
In a pestilential prison.
In a pestilential prison.
With a lifelong lock.
With a lifelong lock.
Awaiting the sensation.
Awaiting the sensation.
Of a short, sharp shock.
Of a short, sharp shock.
From a cheap and chippy chopper.
From a cheap and chippy chopper.
On a big black block.
On a big black block.
Awaiting the sensation.
Awaiting the sensation.
Of a short, sharp shock.
I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, does someone have
Somebody have
YouTube
their YouTube
on?
live.
And chippy chopper.
On a big black block.
Indeed.
Bob, do you have the YouTube up?
I'll click on it.
Hearing an echo.
Yeah,
Somebody have their YouTube live.
Oh yeah, people are.
make sure that YouTube is muted, Bob. Otherwise, we're going to hear ourselves echo. Bob, do you have the YouTube up?
I'll click on it.
Whee!
Hey,
That's better.
that is better. Anyone who's here for the before show,
Must have a drink.
please feel free to show us your faces and say hello.
Or you can hide in darkness. I mean, we won't judge.
That's good too.
I see Riley.
Yay!
Hi, Becky, Kathy, and Larry are here.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How
How you doing?
Good.
This is very exciting.
Sadly, by the way, I have to join another Zoom at 8 o'clock, so I will only be able to see part of it,
That's
which
okay.
depresses me.
We should have a recording, so don't even worry about it.
Oh, that's awesome, because I'm trying to remember all the details from when we saw it live, and my Alzheimer's brain is kicking in here, so this is going to be fantastic.
Good.
So, Riley?
Charlotte.
Hello.
Riley, I'm going to suggest that those of us who are not actually reading in this thing should mute and go dark.
No, because we react to the moment in the play, remember.
Okay, well, so
There's
you
only
and
two.
I-
There's
you and
only
I,
me.
Marsha?
There's only me and Marcia, really, so,
Okay.
and you.
Riley, can you check the chat messages, please? And Bob, you'll go dark before the reading starts.
Will.
Thank you.
Can you, is the fairy visible?
Hang on, there's so many. I'm looking.
No,
See anything now?
she's here.
Charlotte, there's a. Oh, you did that. Never mind.
You're gonna tell me to change my name?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so
Hi, Shirley. Hello.
Shirley with a new background.
Very nice background.
No poll. Do you guys miss when like the poll?
I think you mean
It's totally throwing off my
Gabby.
energy, honestly, but it's not
That's
there.
great.
Hey, that's so good.
Live the arts. And Skits in the Forest.
Okay.
Shirley, remember to change your name too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So glad we have this. That also took me a lot longer to get in here than I anticipated.
An exciting place. You have to wait in line.
We're very
Weird.
exclusive.
Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Got my nail polish kind of.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's
I
the
love
first
it.
time I
Perfect.
ever have done it, so there's a lot on my hands as well and stuff. But
You know what?
I mean,
It
I've
works,
done it
though.
hundreds of
It
times and
works.
I still get it all over my hands.
Yeah, that's why I don't paint my nails. I do my toenails because there's like room to mess up there, but like I don't do my hands because I just can't. I get too
Just makes it more
impatient and I start
effective.
moving around before they're dry.
Bob, are you able to, just in case people don't remember to turn their display off, are you able to click on someone else's face and turn off their video?
I am.
Okay. You don't have to now. Show hasn't started, but
I'm
you gotta pick up
desperate
around.
to start eliminating people. Riley, why do you have so many entries?
Because I'm trying to get the fairy going. Don't even ask.
Got that fairy going.
Makes sense, I promise.
There she is.
yay!
Riley, how many computers are you on?
I have 4 in this room.
Wow.
Bump up the numbers somehow, guys. Come on.
So we have one, 2, 3, 4 ladies and 2 men. Who's on Galaxy Tab S2?
A mystery guest?
This
Oh,
should be,
spooky.
this is not Marcia, is it?
Marsha would tell us.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. How are you?
It's me, Paul. Oh, that's right. Everybody doesn't know me.
Hey, Paul, I know you.
Paul S. Washer. Actually, it's Lynn's name in the little corner of the screen.
So can everybody now see Joanne the Forest Fairy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I see
Go to
the corner.
gallery
Very-
view. I can.
Good.
Hold on, let me go to gallery view. I think that was working well for me last time. Yes, I see Joanne the Forest Fairy.
Good.
Can we, Bob, can we mute Galaxy Tab S2, please? I don't know who that is.
You want to mute that one? Because they're not going to be sync. Probably.
Hi, Glenn.
Because he was asking if everybody could see the forest.
Okay, so folks, we're going to ask you all, everybody except for the actors, to please mute your volume. Ladies and gentlemen, are you there? Could you please mute your volumes, those that are not acting in this play? And please, Bob, could you please mute Galaxy Tab S2 and make their video go dark, please? We're also asking that everybody, those who are not participants, actors, please go dark with your video. Thank you. Bob, do you see Galaxy Tab S2?
Yes, I can, but I'm trying to get them muted.
Yes.
I'm not getting an option for that on them. And if I move over their name in the list, all of my options disappear as soon as I move over their name.
Spooky, spooky.
Okay.
This production is haunted.
It's a ghost.
I don't know who the Galaxy Tab S2 belongs to, but if you're there.
Tell you what, Bob, just
go. I put them into the waiting room, but I'm still not getting an option to mute or unmute.
Bob, why don't you just mute all of us?
They appear to be gone.
That's because you put them in the waiting room. Bob, why don't you mute all, and then those of us who need to speak will unmute ourselves as needed.
That would work.
And Marcia, we'll need you on video because we need your reaction for the McKercher. Marcia.
Sarah or Rebecca?
Yes.
You're going to have to tell me who to unmute. Helena.
Yeah, Helena, Doug, Julia, Hamlet, Riley, Viola, Rosalind, Marcia, of course, Val, Hamnet impersonator, and Sakiadis. I'm so sorry, Stavros. I've just butchered your name.
Welcome to the club. We've all done it.
So the response is very slow and inconsistent. I'm having trouble unmuting Stavros.
They have to accept it.
Yeah, and he's not hanging out right now, so he'll be back, I'm sure. Probably. We need him.
Mm-hmm.
He has a new baby.
There is that.
There is that. Yeah. And I think today we should celebrate the fact that Andrew's not wearing a tank top.
I'm wearing
We want to celebrate that.
kind of sad boy band shirt I could.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Trying to fit the vibe.
Absolutely.
Hey, Stavros.
Hey, Stavros.
Hey, Stavros.
Hi. All right.
You still in the process of unmuting people, Bob?
I am, because people are still coming in.
Okay. We're just that popular. You know, it's hard.
That's it's potentially quite a nightmare about muting people, because when they come in, surely there's a way to have them muted on arrival.
There is.
Where do I find it?
Now you're asking.
I am.
I can't tell you because I'm not running this meeting, but it's in there somewhere. I'm sure of it. I saw it.
Val needs to be. Oh no, Viola needs to be unmuted.
And Rosalind.
And Val.
Right? Viola?
And Charlotte. And Marcia.
Hamlet is muted again.
I'm good now, thank you.
Who's W? Do you need to be unmuted, W?
I don't think so. I think we're okay.
What about Marcia? Does she need to be
Marcia should
audible?
be unmuted.
No, okay, there it is. It's just slow.
Damn, I need to rename
And
myself.
Val needs to be unmuted as well.
Yeah.
I unmuted you, Val. You're back to mute.
Hey, you guys, how do I rename myself?
So if you hover over your image, there are the three dots.
Rosalind, don't you need to be
Click on
unmuted?
that.
Yes,
You should see
Yes, she
rename
does.
No, I'm only getting chat and pin video.
on your own.
Yeah.
Could I ask all of those guests that have now joined to please go dark with your video? Thank you. And I will, could you please unmute Viola?
I'll log back in.
Yes, and Marcia.
Marcia?
Please.
Might do a handstand.
And again, please, all of those visitors, Wanda, Pamela, Michael, Galaxy Tab S2, could you please go dark with your video? Hey, Jan, if you could go dark with your video as well, that would be wonderful. If you don't know how to do that, go up to the little, the three little dots at the top right of your screen. You will see a drop down and you use stop video, please.
Who's Joanne the Forest Fairy? Should she be?
She doesn't need to be unmuted.
No,
She doesn't. I don't think she's got a microphone. She hasn't got that option.
She lives off the land. She's off the grid.
Who's this guy, Michael?
Barry, could you please stop your video? Thank you.
We're getting there.
Pamela, could you please stop your video?
She's taking a
Val.
Who is Joanne the Forest Fairy? Is she involved?
It's
That
for
can be
Riley.
left there.
It's for us. We need her. she's
I would
part
like
of this.
Just one person to respond. If 6 of you do, I can't help.
Pamela, at the
saying.
top right of your screen, you will see a little blue box. The top right of where you appear, of your video, where you appear, you'll see a blue box with 3 little dots. Click on that. There'll be a drop down that says stop and choose stop video. Thank you. You appear to have done it. Thank you to all those that have stopped your video.
Joanne the Forest Fairy, is she in or out?
She's in.
In.
She has no audio.
That's
Good.
okay.
Yeah.
But you want her video on or off?
On.
Okay, everyone who has audio has also got video.
Good.
We are.
Thank you, Doug. You're a wise and benevolent overlord.
Oh, that's what he should call himself. Wise and benevolent overload. Or overlord.
Well, you know, someone's looking out for us if the technology's behaving. It's got to be Doug.
Hey, don't say that so early on.
So apparently we're live already. My hubby is watching in the other room and we're live on YouTube already. Is that intentional?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, just making sure that we're all on the same page.
We're trying to recreate the general chaos of the show before it actually goes to
When it
stage.
gets behind the scenes.
Well, I'm being very calm. So.
Hold everyone. Mr. Proudfoot, could we ask you to please stop your video? If you go to the top right hand corner of your video screen, you'll see.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Don't.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay.
All we need now is someone fixing something with duct tape.
Where are the props? Where are the props?
Where are the props?
Bob, you will also mute all non-participants, non-video
That's
participants.
quite a bit more easily said than done.
Okay, never mind. We will ask them.
Because
to
I don't really know who they are.
That's
All
fine.
I
We will
can do
have,
at this point, what I'm doing at this point is everyone who has no video, I'm also turning off their audio, but as new people join.
we have 2 new ones now.
Barb and John, thank you for joining us. Could you turn your video off? As much as we love seeing your beautiful faces.
And I'm trying to find a way to make sure that they're mute when they enter, but I can't find that option.
In the top corner, Barb, you'll see a little blue box. In the top corner of your video, you will see a blue box with 3 dots. In the drop, click on that, the drop down, and click on stop video. Thank you very much. Hamlet impersonator. Okay, so can you unmute Hamnet impersonator, please?
Hamnet.
Bob,
Yes.
could you please unmute Becky, who is Hamnet impersonator?
Will do.
Thank you.
This is like
So-
watching some real primitive video game.
I know.
Thank
it's
you,
so
Bob.
weird.
So for those of us who are unmuted, if we mute ourselves, then it goes back to Bob having to unmute us. We can't do it on our own right now.
Good to know.
So don't do that. And but during the performance, we should stay quiet. For those of us who are not needing to speak,
There is an option if somebody has the wherewithal to go into the admin, like whoever set up the account. If you log in, there is a box that you can check that allows participants to do that themselves, and the moderator can do it. So if there's no time, that's okay. You can just stay quiet.
I can allow participants to unmute themselves. That would include people who are not supposed to be unmuted. Is that okay?
I trust them not to crash the performance.
Okay. So now I've given you permission to unmute yourself.
Okay, but then if someone is unmuted who shouldn't be, then you can still mute
Then
them.
I will kill them.
You know we're live right now.
Oh, perfect.
It's important.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are hidden and online, thank you for your patience. We are starting at 7:30, so we have about 9 minutes left.
That's okay. Well, I'll see if Bob can figure out how to get me going. Anyway.
Whoever that was, sorry. So as long as you stay patient, keep yourselves muted, please, and please stop your video. That would be much appreciated. So Susanna, if you could stop your video, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Hi, Susanna.
The miracles of modern technology.
Who's that speaking?
Who is that?
I think it's whoever's audio is still connecting right now. Peg. Oh, they're muted.
Okay.
No, Peg. Please turn off your video if you don't mind.
Oh.
So Sandy, if you could please stop your video, that would be much appreciated. Peg, same with you. Please stop your video. And Bob, if Peg can't hear me, could you stop her video? Margaret is saying she can't hear us or anybody else. She should probably try again. So Bob, oh, good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Is Marcia supposed to be in or out? I mean,
in
or off?
In.
Okay. She varies.
No, she's always in.
No,
Marcia
she's not.
is co-director
No, she's not.
or associate director.
Right. And as of 7:30, probably just stop letting people in entirely, you know. Theater doors are closed.
Exactly.
Please go to YouTube. Do we want to post the YouTube link in the chat just in case people want to swap over?
That's probably a good idea.
I will grab that.
Arlene, could you turn your video off, please? As pleased as we are to see you. Thank you.
Oh, Joanne the Forest Fairy went away.
Back.
Joanne.
We have to
Arlene,
believe
try
real
it.
hard and she'll come back.
She'll come back.
All right, everyone, 6 minutes to 6 minutes to showtime.
Oh, maybe I'll have
Thank
to.
you.
I'll reconnect.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, this is great. We got lots of people here.
Hey, people, how did we get so popular?
Well, I did bribe a lot of people, but I wasn't going to tell you until after.
Oh, makes sense.
It all comes together.
Anita, could we ask you to please stop your video?
No, don't ask them. I'm doing it.
Oh,
Never mind. Lenny, taken care of.
Bob's
So
in
it's
charge.
toggled.
I didn't know if you were keeping up.
The problem is that it then toggles. So they turn it off and I'm clicking at the same time and it goes back on.
Val, just in case you weren't aware, you have an extra A in your name.
Do I?
You do.
Oh,
you wanted to change it? If you don't want to, and it's part of your general
I can be a menager.
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 She's a Slavic stage manager.
Yes.
I love your background.
Menager. You have to say it with that kind of mouth opening too. Menager.
It's what the punctuation dictates.
Yes, exactly.
Right, 4 minutes to curtain, people. Is everyone panicking? Good.
Gotta get going.
And now.
I'm like low-key concerned that I forgot one of my props, but I worry about that for every show, so I feel like that's normal.
We'll make do.
Yeah, I only have 2 props.
Yeah, if you're not worrying about your props, you've done something wrong.
We appear to have we appear to have lost a character.
Which one?
Joanne?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her back in. Here she comes.
Joanna's been in and out about 10 times, so I have.
Get it together, Joanne.
Yes, she is.
He's flighty.
She never even showed up for rehearsal. I mean,
I know.
That's why she has no lines.
Yeah.
There we go. Joanne's back.
You know, I had a nightmare last night that I forgot my lines. I don't have any lines.
And I mean, even if that were a possibility, I think it's actually impossible for you to get any of the words in this show wrong.
Yeah, you of all people.
You know everyone's lines.
Did we get Mr. Sakiatis back yet?
No, but I mean he's there. Like we see his
there, he's just gone.
Box.
But
so
I'm here, but Bob turned my video off.
Bob, could you reconnect?
Who's I?
Titus Macbeth.
Titus Macbeth.
I definitely turned him off because he wasn't. Who is Titus Macbeth?
That's
Stavros Sakiatis.
But he's also on his. Oh, he changed his name.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I'm doing all this stuff. I can't move over.
I'll watch downstairs.
Okay, in 2 minutes you can stop letting the latecomers in, and
hey, Stavros is back.
Stavros, I'm doing my best to unmute you, but it will not move. Okay, there
That's
it goes.
okay.
There it goes.
So for anyone who does show up late, what are their options if they don't get let in? Because will the message probably won't have the YouTube link in it, and so
it's in the
will they
Facebook
just
event.
What? Sorry.
The Facebook event has the YouTube link.
Okay.
And so does the OLT website.
Yeah, I wonder if we should like post on the event that if they're not let in, then they should use the YouTube. I know that several people I know are going to join late. And so if they're not let in, they might just sit in the waiting room and then quit trying. Just if anybody has the time to make a post, that might be handy for latecomers.
See if I can just.
Leanne is going to post it.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome. Thanks, Val.
Thank
That's
you, Leanne.
awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Leanne, wherever you are.
She's hiding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's 7:29. Could we stand by, please? Riley, are you going to say a few words?
No, the playwrights are.
The playwrights are going to say a
Yeah,
few words.
there's one more straggler that I'm sure Bob is waiting to turn their video off for.
Yes, I have enough of everything.
Please, ladies and gentlemen that are online, thank you for joining us. Could you please ensure that you are muted so that we do not hear your voices during the performance? Thank you.
This is hilarious. This is what Noises Off would look like in 2020.
Maybe. All right, that's 7:30.
All right, unwrap your lozenges.
Becky, take it away, please.
Well, I guess we mostly want to thank everyone so much for coming to this and or participating in this. The show started as a lot of joking back and forth, really, because Becky and I always felt that Shakespeare's comedies, and therefore the amazing women in Shakespeare's plays, who, in my opinion, they predominantly show themselves best in the comedies. We just felt they don't get the attention they deserve. Everyone studies the tragedies in school. No one gets a lot of education on the comedies. And from that came this very silly premise of all these hilarious cross-dressing women whose first instinct when there's trouble is to run into the woods. So they had to meet. And it turned into this nonsensical, farcical romp through Shakespeare, because Shakespeare has never been the high art that people like to pretend it is. It's for everybody, and it should be for everybody. And hopefully, even if people aren't super into Shakespeare, they'll still find some absurdities to laugh at with us. And for the nerds among us, there should be a few extra jokes. And again, we're just so incredibly grateful that we got this opportunity to revisit our weird Shakespearean baby.
Also, Hamlet's whiny, and we just really wanted to make fun of him.
There is that, yes.
And more to the point, Shakespeare's dead, so he can't stop us. With that, I would like to offer my heartfelt thank you so much to everyone at OLT. We are flabbergasted still and very humbled that we get to put this on together with everyone. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Leanne, who's been helping us with tech. Thank you very much to Riley Stewart, the director, for managing to somehow reel everybody in and make something that is a awesome collaborative effort when all of us are so spread out and, you know, not actually in the same space. And last but not least, thank you so much to our cast, Carly, Gabby, Shirley, Charlotte, Andy, Stavros, and Doug, all of you. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see this new interpretation, and I can't wait.
Thank you very much, ladies. Bob, can I ask you to stop your video?
You can indeed.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. As soon as Bob has stopped his video, we will proceed. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Skirts in the Forest, scene.
Will Shakespeare often started with 10 lines, which tells you everything that happens next. It's bad enough it always has to rhyme. The rhythm's always horribly complex. But anyway, our scene is in the woods. Now enter all these women dressed as blokes, from different plays, as many as we could. We know it makes no sense, so sorry, folks. Apologies and great thanks to the bard. Don't judge us much, because poems are really hard. Helena runs on stage.
Demetrius!
Helena runs off stage, crying as Julia runs on stage.
Proteus?
Julia runs off stage as Rosalind runs on stage.
Orlando?
Rosalind runs off stage as Viola runs on stage, pursued by Helena.
Bear!
Viola runs off stage, still pursued by Helena. Julia and Rosalind enter cautiously from opposite sides of the stage.
Oh, you're not Proteus.
And you're not Orlando, but you don't hear me complaining about it.
You're not even really a man.
Oh, look who's pointing fingers.
Ah, son of a biscuit. I tried my best, you know, and I can't find Proteus anywhere.
Okay, well, what does Proteus look like? Maybe I've seen him.
You think so?
No, I haven't seen anyone. I was just trying to be comforting.
Thanks. You're bad at it. Where are we?
We are in the Forest of Lost Plots.
Wow, you can tell that from the wind?
No, I read the sign.
Enter Viola.
Look
out! Look out! There's a bear!
Bye?
Jules?
I thought you were dead.
I thought you were engaged.
I am.
Gross. Why?
I thought you were dead.
So you just go and get engaged.
Does this mean that she can take over the comforting?
What are you doing here?
Being chased by a bear doll. What are you doing here?
Helena runs on stage and stops to catch her breath.
That is not a bear.
That's right, I'm a girl.
Well, she was covered in leaves and eating a honeycomb. What was I supposed to think?
That she needed a snack and maybe a bath.
Hey, my name is Helena.
Is everyone in this forest dressed as a man?
I'm not.
Is Ophelia gonna come out of the woodwork wearing a fake mustache?
Not, out the woodwork.
Out of the lake, maybe.
What?
Viola, Ophelia's dead.
Drowned.
I heard that too.
Oh, was it an accident or?
Well, it depends on who you ask. I've got 28 scholars that say yes, 33 that say no, and 54 artists that just like painting damp women in nightgowns.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is anyone not in this forest?
I'm not.
Good. Stay there.
So is anyone going to explain why there's a bunch of cross-dressing women in the forest?
You're the one who bound your chest all flat.
I didn't bind them. They're just small.
So this seems like a good time to leave, but I'm a little stuck in terms of directions.
That is where I come in. Who's familiar with this?
The complete works of Shakespeare? Of course.
Which play are you from?
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I know what you did last fortnight.
That's the one.
Well, not to brag, but I'm bragging. I'm from 12th Night.
The most contrived love triangle since Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and Death.
Correct. So who are you?
I'm Rosalind.
Which one?
From As You Like It. Oh, come on, that's a really famous one. All the World's a Stage.
No, All the World's a teleconference. See, I think I can see the audience.
I guess we'll just have to take your word for it.
Well, what about you?
I'm Julia, from Two Gentlemen of Verona. Seriously, it's the first play he ever wrote.
Oh.
What?
I mean, he was learning.
Tough break.
The OG, I'm Shakespeare classic. Viola knows I am. Bye. You know.
Don't look at me. I'm Shakespeare's greatest hits.
Fine, whatever. I'm looking for my fiance. How are the complete works of Shakespeare supposed to help me?
We're in the forest of lost plots.
Why does that sound so ominous?
That's what foreshadowing is supposed to sound like. It's where abandoned plot lines go to die, but this book is our ticket out of here.
Please tell me it has a helpful map.
It has.
Ah, thank you.
I lied, sorry, but it does have all the plays in the right order. And listen, do you hear that?
Whoosh, whoosh.
I hear the wind.
No, you hear a tempest. The Tempest is one of his last plays. The epilogue basically goes, applaud for me, you jerks, I'm out of here. Thank you, Helena. So we're right near the center of the forest.
Please don't tell me that we have to go through a literal tempest, right? Because I am not here for that.
You don't have to go through a literal tempest. No, really. The tempest is right next to Cymbeline because they're in chronological order. So if we dodge all the Henrys and keep our subtext to a minimum, we can just take a direct route back to our own place.
I understood almost none of that.
We take a shortcut through the tragedies and we all go home.
Shortcut?
Tragedies?
Through? There were no words left.
What's wrong with the tragedies?
If I gotta listen to Hamlet yammering to his stupid skull one more time?
Or hear Iago complaining about his man crush.
Not to mention the crime rate.
I'm sorry. Are we letting whiny man-children run our lives?
Yes.
No! Do you want your whiny man-children back?
Kinda?
Yes! Who wears the trousers?
You do?
Good enough. And don't you forget it. We don't have a lot of time. The longer we stay in this weird theatrical limbo, the more trouble we're going to attract. Also, mosquitoes.
Julia gazes hopefully at Viola, but Viola steadfastly examines her phone.
I'm going to make a cunning plan.
So wait, do you two know each other?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Damn it.
Damn it.
Are you going to the same place?
Absolutely not.
I'm on a quest for true love and stuff.
Well, what's the and stuff?
Currently, in the short term, a way out of here would be nice.
We could always ask the fairies.
Sugar, there's no such thing as fairies.
A fairy dies.
Oh, she didn't mean it.
Oh, I did too, and I'd say it again.
Fairies, hey, you want to help me out?
Amid a glorious fanfare of ethereal harmonies, an intricate flower crown is lowered from the heavens and alights on Helena's head.
I still don't believe in fairies.
Well, your wish has been granted anyway. I've got our directions.
Oh, seriously, Roz, those are our directions?
Sure. There's lots of directions.
She opens the book and points to the pages.
Here and here. And there's some more here.
Helena takes the book.
Enter pirates?
Swab the deck, you filthy scallywags, or it'll be down to Davy Jones's locker for the lot of you.
Wait, exit pirates! Exit pirates!
Julia grabs the book.
Let me see that. Oh gosh. Exit pursued by bear?
Helena, you stay where you are.
Hey!
Hands off, you two.
Rosalind takes the book back. Julia pipes up.
So how do you know all this stuff, Rosalind?
I'm half exposition on my mother's side.
Ugh, English majors.
You try being stuck around nobility and see if novels aren't more fun. I mean, it was either reading or having an affair or starting a war for the hell of it. Anyway, we'll have to go through some of the more melodramatic tragedies, but we should be able to get you all back to where you came from.
Are you sure?
Not at all.
Sorry. Hi. Melodrama?
Is that an issue?
Only if we run into Hamlet, Prince of Dorkness.
What's wrong with Hamlet?
Well, Sugar, he's obsessed with death. He drove his girlfriend to suicide. He has the world's worst haircut. I can keep going, so I will. He once got wasted on Shirley Temples. He stabbed holes in all of his mom's curtains, and he has a whole subplot with pirates, and we never even get to see them.
So this is about getting you home.
Yes, I would like to go there, please.
Great. If we skirt around Antony and Cleopatra, we should be able to take a left at, just give me a minute here.
Wait, no, you're looking at it upside down.
No, you're looking at it upside down, actually.
Taking advantage of a lull in the action, Viola and Julia walk a slight distance from the other two to talk privately.
Hi, you didn't even write to me.
What was I supposed to say?
I don't know. Dear Julia, I'm not dead. Weather is swell. Wish you were here. Love, Viola.
The weather was not swell. I did get shipwrecked, you know.
We had so many plans.
I remember. Prague.
You promised me an orchard.
I could still get you one, doll.
It would have to be a damn big one.
To be fair.
A forest is not an orchard. We had a stupid fight and you took off and then I never heard from you again.
So, are you mad at me for going AWOL?
Yes. Are you still mad at me for getting engaged?
Yeah, doll. I'm mad.
Well, fine. Good.
I didn't mean for you to think that I was dead.
Oh, you meant me to think that you had disappeared without a trace? That is not better.
You two better be arguing over forestry survival skills. or the best way to cook Helena.
I know 6 different ways to skin a squirrel.
Well, if we don't get out of here, we'll be stuck with each other and Helena.
Point taken.
Can we just try to get through this without killing one another?
Only if you promise that maiming is off limits too.
Deal.
2 go to shake hands in a friendly manner, but Julia unwittingly offers her left hand bearing a prominent engagement ring. They both pause awkwardly, looking at the ring, before Julia abruptly switches hands and clumsily shakes Viola's left hand with her right.
Okay, ladies, we have a plan. Forward march into indeterminate peril.
As our intrepid idiots proceed deeper into the forest, they enter a dark glade where the sun's rays dare not shine. The sounds of battle can be heard in the distance, and the cries of tragically flawed heroes can be heard much closer. They have entered a drama, and a high body count is sure to follow.
Where are we?
Do you promise not to panic?
Yes.
No.
What?
We are ever so slightly in Titus Andronicus.
Slightly?
Slightly!
So how slightly is our chance of being brutally axe murdered?
Like 32%?
That is too high a percentage.
It's fine. We'll just stay in the background scenery.
Good idea. You two do your best impressions of secondary characters. Oh, Helena, you're good.
Awesome.
Enter Titus Andronicus carrying a pie.
Hail there, young men and pet bear.
What? Hey.
There is a queen, and she is of the Goths. Pray, tell me, sirs, if she has passed this way.
So wait, when you say Queen of the Goths, are you talking a ton of black eyeliner or?
Aye, she doth have eyeliner most dark.
Are you sure she's not secretly Hamlet?
You are the third person to ask me that in as many hours.
Viola, stop trolling the Roman general.
Shan't.
Sensing danger, the mum friend Rosalind hooks her finger into Viola's collar and starts dragging her off as Titus moves to exit.
We have seen no queen, sir, Goth or otherwise. Good day.
Hold up. Titus Andronicus?
No, Titus Smith. Of course it's Titus Andronicus.
As in killed your own daughter, worst father of the year 20 years running?
19. And you mock my conflicted character arc, young upstart?
Well, of course she mocks it. It's not very good. More like a murdery midlife crisis.
I think Shakespeare was going through some stuff.
Hey, Titus, is that a sword historically accurate?
Viola, shh, we're on a budget.
Stand and fight, you small, rude man.
I am not small.
Okay, team, I have a cunning plan.
Isn't that how we got here?
More cunning, more plannish.
Well?
He won't fight us if he knows we're women. Viola?
Present.
Flash him.
Roger Dodger. Hey, Titus.
Unnatural woman! I shall not suffer you to live.
We are unleashing the bear. Oh, Helena!
Grr!
Yeah.
He drops his sword and cowers amusingly. Viola takes the sword.
Okay, Roz, you got a plan?
Did you just disarm a Roman general and take him hostage?
Kinda.
That was not my plan.
Ooh, pie in the face, pie in the face.
No, we bake him into a pie.
Julia, no! It is too early in the plot for cannibalism.
Titus glances down at the pie in his hand and awkwardly moves to hide it behind him.
Okay. Hop to it, you.
Exit Titus, leaving his helmet behind. Julia picks up the fallen Roman helmet and puts it on, strutting around. It is the first part of a dance that takes many hours.
Hey, bye! 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 Bye!
Don't what? What?
Who am I?
I don't know who.
Titty's androgynous.
I just felt one of my 4 humors die.
Oh, come on, that was fun. What's our next move?
Rosalind, where do we go once we pass the battle?
We should end up in the woods near Dunsinane.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah, it should be full of Scottish soldiers trying to overthrow King Macbeth. What was that?
Oh,
What was
man.
what?
All of that.
Don't tell me you've never heard of the curse.
What curse?
You know, the one associated with that particular word.
Which word?
The name of that Scottish king.
Oh, who, Macbeth?
A sandbag falls from the ceiling.
My shadows have offended.
No.
There's attend you. Oh, do you have to keep doing that?
You mean every time that I say
Viola claps her hands over Helena's mouth. Helena pries her off.
every time that I mention the Scottish king, you all have to flail about like lunatics?
The name in a show is the dramatic equivalent of strolling down Verona wearing a hat that says Matt Montague's is bastards, of walking into a Marseille bar with a longbow, of hearing a 3-witch prophecy and thinking this sounds legit and could not possibly go wrong.
Do you have a death wish or something, Sugar?
Well, why do you think I'm in this forest in the first place?
Oh, that got dark.
I wanted to find my true love or die trying, and I'm still trying.
If he's your true love, shouldn't he be a little more, around?
Well, not necessarily. Where's yours?
Oh, conveniently distracted. Yours?
Running away from me?
Pardon me.
Running away from me, okay?
Aw, romance.
It's extreme. You're not really that ugly if you fixed your hair or took a bath or something.
No, it's not. It's just, he had a sudden attack of my best friend being hotter than me.
Sounds serious.
Was it fatal?
You have some sort of cunning plan. This seems like a situation that should call for a cunning plan.
Okay, so step 1 is I chase him until I catch him.
And step 2?
Like, maybe a net?
Step 3 a better plan?
I had to improvise.
It's step 4 you forget the whole thing and stop chasing some jerk who abandoned you in the woods.
What? No, why?
Because.
Castle looms in the distance. The ghostly wail of unavenged marital indiscretion echoes throughout the ramparts. Jovial gravediggers laugh in the cemetery because Shakespeare just had to include clowns somewhere.
Hold up. Scenery's changed.
What do you mean? We're on Zoom. Ow.
Well spotted, Viola. I'm pretty certain this is Denmark.
Exactly. Danish, full of pastries and oh no.
Hamlet walks into the video call, skull first.
Oh man, who invited Tragic at the disco?
I don't know, Yo-Yo. Do you think people will make fun of me for wearing black nail polish? No, you're right. Charcoal Grey really says, I don't want to be here, I hate my parents.
As Hamlet speaks, Viola becomes more and more irritated, scoffing and rolling her eyes. She tries to head him off, but Julia grabs her by the collar. In a woefully misguided attempt to calm her down, Helena coaches her on breathing exercises.
Hey, hamstring. Who said you were allowed in our forest, huh? Beat it.
Do we own the forest?
Sure.
Viola, Mummy said I shouldn't talk to you because you're bad for my self-esteem.
Well, I do have that effect on people.
Hey, Hamlet. How is your mom?
I'll tell you how she was. She was exhausted when I left this morning.
I'll show you how she was. She keeps sending me suggestive oil paintings.
Oh, I'll tell you how she was. I had sex with her.
Oh, and you ruined it.
Viola, my friend Horatio says that being a comedic character doesn't make mean jokes okay.
But on the other hand, your mom.
Oh!
Nice, killed it. I can't help it. It's how I was written. You can take that up with Will.
Haven't you sheeple ever thought that maybe someone else wrote our plays?
Ugh.
But it...
No.
Viola snatches the book out of Rosalind's hands.
Francis Bacon.
Will Shakes was a fake, they opine. Someone posh must have written his lines. They're too thick to admit that their theory's horse shit, or else they've been into the wine.
You think you're better than me just because you're funny.
Not just because I'm funny.
I thought I was the funny one.
No, princess, you're the wise one. You're like the weird, smelly, old, bearded, cave-dwelling hermit in a cave.
I thought I was the weird, smelly, old, bearded, cave-dwelling hermit in a cave.
No, you're the ingenue.
I thought I was the ingenue.
No, you're the red-headed stepchild.
See, right there, mean. But my cool friend Horatio, who definitely exists and isn't dead, says that comedy is dumb and for girls. So yeah.
Hey, you shut your ugly face.
I'm sorry.
Not you, Helena. Hambone. You're just mad that people like Viola more than they like you.
Well, I'm mostly mad that Daddy died.
Well...
And then that Uncle married Mummy.
Yikes,
and then just a whole bunch of people got stabbed.
That was you.
Just have a lot of feelings, so...
Rosalind snatches the skull.
Hey. Oh, alas, the skull makes me look pretentious. Here, you take it, Julia.
She tosses it to Julia, who feints to the left. Hamlet tries to grab it back, but fumbles it, losing his chance.
Alas, poor dental hygiene.
She tosses it to Viola, coming up fast on her right.
Alas, it's even more dead than your father. Too soon?
Just like his mom's wedding.
The ladies toss the skull back and forth, laughing as Hamlet tries to grab it. He trips and falls on his face. He is going to feel that in the morning. Viola holds the skull aloft, victorious.
Okay. We will give you your skull back if you know what? I like this. Yeah, I think it suits me. I think I shall call him
Dick.
Alistair.
Demetrius!
Helena grabs the skull from Viola and moves to kiss it, but Viola snatches it back from her as the others look on, wondering once again if she is a few pages short of a folio.
I think I'll call him Marlowe.
His name is Yorick. That's what it says in the script, Yorick.
Okay, ham sandwich, it's been swell. We're off to the comedies, so we'll smell you later.
Yorick, you can't take him to the comedies. I'll never see him again.
Beg pardon?
Oh, now you want to know? Well, I'm not telling.
Hamlet tries to exit, but Rosalind blocks him and glares.
Whoa there, Death Cab for Gloomy. If you've got info, you'll tell us, or else we'll... Hey, Viola, what will we do?
We'll seduce his mom for realsies.
We'll seduce your mom for realsies.
Oh, she'd totally be into that. Fine. You leave the forest, you go back to your own plot lines. Duh. Can I have Yo-Yo back now?
No.
Viola deftly pulls away as Hamlet goes for the skull again.
Well, that's a thing. It's fine. Scramlet.
Bye-bye, Drop Dead's Poet Society.
Hi, nice meeting you.
Exit the Prince of Denmark -1 skull.
You guys suck. Eat a butt.
So, wait, what?
I guess once we get out of this forest, we carry on where we left off. No takebacks.
Well, that's good, right? Julia finds protein shake, I find Demetrius, and the rest of you do whatever.
His name is... You know what? Never mind. Where are you going anyway?
I'm going straight into the arms of a truly gorgeous hunk of a man.
While dressed like that?
I think he's kind of into it.
Is that going to be an issue?
Okay. So We met while I was still a princess.
Hunks and princesses do go together. It's like trousers and
shorts.
Defying gender expectations.
Pockets.
That.
So how hunky is he?
On a scale of 1 to Hamlet's mom, he's a hot damn.
And how did you end up here?
Oh, blah, 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 usurper, blah, 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 runaway. So my cousin and I escaped into the forest to be shepherds, and I drew the short straw for who had to cross-dress.
So wait, you just herd sheep in the woods?
Well, no, I didn't hear them. They don't say much of anything. But I do look after them in a field.
Would you say you're outstanding in your field?
Why sheep?
Honestly, I have literally no idea what peasants do except like sit around being poor, and that got boring.
So you sit around watching sheep?
It's calming, like yoga.
But what about your hunk?
He turned up in the forest.
Like a mushroom?
Like a mushroom.
He must have seen through your disguise.
Oh, not at all. So I've been giving him romance lessons for when he sees Rosalind again.
He's not very smart, is he?
No, but he's really hunky.
Princess, he would have to be.
Well, great. We'll all go off and marry our hunks. This is great. Super great.
Completely great.
It is great.
Looks like I'm getting married to a duke. That is definitely great.
That actually is pretty great. How did you meet a duke?
The usual way.
Oh?
You know, I cross-dressed and got hired as his servant.
All right.
Why did you have to do that in the first place?
Well, I got separated from my brother and wound up on an island, and it just seemed like the natural thing to do.
That doesn't even make any...
But it got really complicated when the Duke's true love got the hots for me.
And she didn't realize?
No. And even if she had, she wasn't really my type.
Who is your type?
No one.
What a stupid asshole I am.
JJ? JJ, could you please mute yourself?
Sir, this is Shakespeare. We do not use that language.
Bob, could you mute JJ, please? Mr. Koonstra.
Yes.
Could you please mute yourself?
Who is your type?
No one. Anyway. So, yeah, it seemed to work out when she accidentally married my brother, though, and they're on their honeymoon right now. They send postcards.
That makes sense.
So you hooked up with the Duke?
More or less. He seemed to come around to the idea that women were people.
Oh, that's good.
It is. So I said I'd marry him because, well, you know, not a ton of options, but whatever. We're going back, so...
Yes, we're going back, and everything between Proteus and me will be totally, completely fine, and it'll be like the last 6 months never happened.
That sounds good.
I swear to Doug, Helena, you never listen.
Don't you mean you swear to God?
Oh, well, I'm an atheist.
Then who's Doug?
Oh, he's our narrator. You know Doug.
Why Doug?
Well, would you lie to Doug?
I guess not.
Thank you, Helena. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Helena. Helena, get back here. The script doesn't have you leaving yet.
I'll go get her.
Exit Julia, following Helena.
So, what did happen between you and Julia over there?
So you noticed that, huh?
I've seen subtler subtext, let's put it that way.
Okay, fine. So we were both living in Verona at the time, and my brother knew her cousin or something, and we met at a party, and
Oh my Bill, was there a balcony scene? Please tell me there was a balcony scene.
Sorry, Princess. Julia didn't have a balcony.
Unbelievable. I feel like a little dramatic architecture is the least I could ask for.
Right? I was mad at the time too because I'd snuck over the wall with a bottle of wine and then I had to lob it through her window with a note.
Ooh, less romantic.
Way less.
Did it smash?
Oh no, it was a serious bottle. It might have actually concussed the butler. Anyway, we spent this gorgeous summer together and we had this dumb plan of running off and buying a vineyard or an orchard or something.
I'm sensing a but coming.
Yeah, a major but. His name was Proteus. And he was always hanging around Jules and I might have gotten a little jealous and there might have been a teeny tiny fist fight.
Tiny?
Minuscule. And after she pulled me away, Jules said I was being silly and we had plans to go off to Prague or whatever. And I said it would never work and we were just kidding ourselves. And then I just never seen her so mad, okay? And she said to leave her alone and she stormed off and I stormed off. And that's when I ran into my brother.
Your brother? I'm picturing you with slightly less sass and slightly less ass.
Let's just say that if I got the brains, I also got the beauty. But this time his get rich quick with a week on a boat scheme didn't sound so bad. And I thought maybe after I came back, Julia would have cooled off.
But then you were shipwrecked.
And then I was shipwrecked.
Oh, so your ship sank, but then your ship sank.
I hate you.
Okay, that's fair.
So I was stuck and I was broke and I'm working for Orsino. And to be fair, he was super cute. Ugh, I don't know. It's sort of my fault. But also, if you think about it, sort of Proteus's fault.
That's even more of a stretch than the fake identity. What name did you pick anyway?
Cesario.
Oh, see, that's really good. I picked Ganymede. I don't know what I was thinking. Touchstone calls me can of mead every time he sees me now. The trousers have their perks, but I miss being called Rosalind. It makes people think of roses instead of mead in a can.
Who puts roses in a can?
Oh, good. It's like Touchstone is actually here.
Who's Touchstone anyway?
My jester.
You have a jester? And you brought him into the forest to live with you? Like, in secrecy?
Well, what if I get bored?
God, royalty problems.
You know, you want a real problem? My cousin refuses to join the trouser troop. Only an idiot would wear a skirt in the forest. It keeps getting caught on things. I have had to pull her out of 3 hedges. We disturbed an entire family of very angry hedgehogs.
You'd think they could share hogging those hedges. I really miss dresses, though. Let me tell you, in a Verona summer, you're grateful for a breeze.
Oh, that's true. And there's something to be said for sweeping into a room wearing half a mile of silk, and then everyone knows that you're there and they can all have fun now.
Rosalind preens, reminiscing about thread counts, and urges Viola forwards to help spin her around. Viola humors her and complies. They spin gracefully and bow to each other.
I miss feeling like a lady.
Well, I'm more of a woman than a lady, but I know what you mean.
That said, I am going back. I'm kicking my uncle out of that palace, and I am sewing pockets into every single skirt I own.
Enter Helena and Julia.
Found her.
Did you have to?
Okay, we're all here. As long as we know where we're headed, we should be able to avoid any serious peril. We definitely do not want to run into Coriolanus.
Anus.
Can we please avoid comedy of errors? We do not need all of us suddenly acquiring twins with the same names as us.
Honestly, it's hard telling the 3 of you apart.
Yeah, that's fair. Anything else to look out for?
Don't forget Macbeth.
Oh!
They all prepare to do their theatrical countercurses, but before they can begin, Macbeth runs on stage, sword drawn, and shouts something Scottish.
For Scotland, I would walk 500 miles.
He lops off Helena's arm. The 4 women stare in the arm in shock. Exit Macbeth.
bleeding on me.
Hyla, be nice.
Okay, sorry, you're right. Helena, please stop bleeding on me.
You guys suck. Fine.
Helena picks up her arm and storms off.
Come on, Helena. It's just your left arm. You'll be all right.
Helena's disembodied arm is thrown at Rosalind.
Ow!
Hey,
Julia walks over to the arm and picks it up.
this could come in handy.
Oh, come on. You are better than that.
Sorry, did you need a hand?
Hey, Julia, I know how we'll stay safe in this forest.
How?
With an army.
Okay, low-hanging fruit.
Hey, Rosalind, I know how you can buy some new sheep.
How?
They'll cost an arm and a leg.
Oh.
Rubbish.
That won't be a problem. Know why?
Why?
We'll get a 5-finger discount.
Nailed it.
Oh my God, it's like I'm not even here.
How are you so good at puns?
Oh, you know, it's all in the wrist.
Oh, Doug, help me.
Enter Hamlet.
Devastating insult.
You know, Hairnet, I actually believe that's the best insult you could come up with.
Thanks. I spent ages workshopping it. Why have you got an arm? You?
Okay, my Oedipal romance. Thanks for playing.
Your high score is now -6.
This is not fair. Can't I get Yorick back?
The four women confer briefly on the subject of finders keepers, losers weepers.
We stole him fair and square.
No way, Spamlet. We're on our way out of here to an emo boy free zone.
Oh, yeah?
Hamlet edges towards where the book is lying, sensing that the stronger, more comical characters have turned their attention elsewhere. The weaker hero with tragic hair must rely on skullduggery to pilfer the discarded scraps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Without your book?
Seizing his opportunity, Hamlet snatches the book.
Yeah, wait, what?
Hey, get back here.
Yeah.
Later, nerds.
Exit Hamlet. It is too late. Despite their superior intellect and wittier repartee, the heroines have lost their book.
Who was guarding the book?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Julia looks confusedly at her hands. Why, she's holding the arm. She didn't realize she had to put down the book to do so.
Oh, sugar biscuits.
Julia, we can't get out of here without that book. How could you be so careless?
I was a little focused on Hamlet and Skeletor. I'm sorry.
It's nobody's fault that Hamster Ball is wound a little tight. You've got us through this forest this far, Princess. Who needs the dumb old book?
We do. We very much need the dumb old book. Don't you all want to get back to your plays?
Okay, fair point. I really do need to find Proteus and fix this mess.
You haven't even told us what happened yet, doll.
Oh, it's kind of complicated and stupid.
Well, apparently you have plenty of time to get us up to speed.
Well, it all started in Verona with two gentlemen. Then they were best bros, and then Valentine tells his best bro Proteus that he's going to Milan for reasons. I forget. Anyway, this gives Proteus more time to make out with me, so that's fine. But then Proteus misses his Proteus, so he gives me a ring, and I give him my ring, and he says he'll love me forever, and then he chases off after Valentine.
Is his name really Valentine?
I guess so. It's his only name, like Doug.
I have a last name.
Oh, hush, Doug. You gave that up when you joined the theater. You belong to us now.
Anyway, then I start to miss Proteus, so naturally I dress up as a man and I follow him.
Naturally.
But when I get to Milan, Valentine is canoodling with Sylvia, who's like the prettiest lady ever. So that's all well and good, except Proteus is trying to canoodle with her too.
Wait, what?
I know! And then he hires me as his page and he doesn't even recognize me.
You're joking.
And then he tells me to bring Sylvia a ring and he hands over my ring. He then gets his best bro, Valentine, exiled.
I thought they were bros.
I know.
So then Sylvia runs off after Valentine, Proteus runs off after Sylvia, and I have to come with him because he thinks I'm his stupid page boy or something. Anyway, Proteus and I find Sylvia. Proteus continues to be a humongous dickbag. Valentine turns up. I faint.
You faint?
I faint. But Proteus remembers I exist, and Valentine forgives Proteus for exiling him and for just being generally like terrible and shit.
So then what happened?
Well, I got lost in the stupid woods.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. I realize this might be a silly question, but are you sure you want to chase after this guy?
That is a silly question. What choice do I have?
What do you mean?
Damn it, Rosalind, not all of us are fancy princesses herding sheep in the woods. I took off alone after a man. There's no way my family will take me back. You think I want to end up like Helena?
You already have, doll.
Beg your pardon?
You're running after your very own Demetrius, objectively horrible and a skirt-chasing dope who will never love you back.
That's kind of the pot calling the kettle a commitment phobe. Apparently, I have a type.
I regretted leaving as soon as I was on the ship, but it was too late. And you seem to rebound anyway.
Oh, like you know anything about it.
I know you, Jules.
Okay, guys, are we doing this right now?
You do not get to say that, Vi. You left me.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have left.
I'll just, I think Doug is calling me.
I was not calling her, and also I'm not sure where she just went.
Don't go back to Proteus.
Okay. Don't marry the Duke.
Okay.
Viola and Julia kiss. All of our hearts are full, our souls are healed, and it is the most... Do I really have to say this?
Yes.
Fine. It is the most romantic kiss in the history of all kisses everywhere.
Damn right it is.
Are you done?
We are now.
Okay, good. So look who I found wandering through the woods.
Enter Rosalind and Helena, plus 1 arm.
Guys, I think I ran into fairies in the forest.
Her arm grew back.
Like a lizard?
Like a lizard.
Were you missing an arm?
You're holding my arm.
Ah! I've got to hand it to you. That's a neat trick.
That's a little heavy-handed, Jules.
Sorry. Shutting up. Fingers on lips.
Julia places the disembodied hand's fingers on her lips, even though that is gross.
Demetrius is a total ass clown.
I mean, we could have told you that.
Did tell you that.
I'm missing an arm. And he's all, that's cool, you want to bang? I'm done, I'm so done.
Okay, so the arm.
I told you there were fairies.
On the one hand, that's very unlikely. On the other hand, it's been a weird day. And on the other hand, there are 9 arms on camera.
And then Hamlet wandered up to me and talked about Nietzsche until I left. Is there a reason that he has our book?
Somebody wasn't guarding it properly.
My hands were full, all 3 of them.
Oh, like that'll matter. He'll turn up again and then we can get it back.
How can you be so sure?
Check this out. Oh, what's that, Marlo? Hamlet was just super annoying. Just the worst. He'd just bitch about everyone all day and never even ask me how I was doing. Wow, he did that? Gosh.
Enter Hamlet.
Challenge.
In an uncharacteristic display of bravery, Hamlet draws his sword.
That's a bad idea.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, look, bad idea, found a friend.
Julie intercepts, grabbing Viola's sword and holding it as she would a dead rodent.
Viola, do you actually know how to sword fight? Can't Helena do it?
Viola sighs impatiently and motions at Hamlet to wait a moment. Julia hands Helena the sword.
Hey, no way, you take it.
Helena tries to hand the sword to Rosalind, who eyes it dubiously.
Oh, why are you handing me a sword?
You're wearing trousers.
The trousers do not bestow fencing skills. They're just normal trousers. I'm a French princess. Why would anyone teach me to fence? You do it.
Well, I'm a woman from ancient Athens. Julia?
Noblewoman.
And I am unspecified, so I win.
But you're probably unqualified.
You know, which is a step up from being definitely unqualified.
Rosalind, you're supposed to be educated.
And if you want to be best him in a spelling bee, I'm your woman. Now, hop to it, bye.
Be careful.
Oh, it'll be fine, doll. It's only Hamlet. I'll be amazed if he knows the pointy end from the other.
It's called the hilt.
Uh-oh, he does.
And so does his mom.
Ah, dick joke.
Come at me, hamburger.
Hamlet lays the book down on the stage as a clear challenge. Viola confidently charges and swings her sword at his head. He blocks, dodges, and lunges skillfully towards her. She parries him, but it was close. The fight is almost over before it began, and Viola is swiftly disarmed. Hamlet now has two swords, and it is not looking good. Viola retreats towards her friends.
Good news. I kind of know how to fence. Bad news. Hamlet super does. Cunning plan, anybody?
Cunning plan?
Cunning plan?
Oh, Viola, here.
Making use of limited resources, Helena throws her disembodied arm to Viola as a weapon. It's anyone's game, folks. I haven't seen this sort of action since 10 pages ago.
Yes!
You are also weird.
It is indeed extremely weird. Viola swings the arm at Hamlet, and he stumbles to block it. Could fate be taking a hand?
I know this is bad. I'm just kind of amazed that Hamlet can do anything right.
Oh, words, words, words. Hard to talk with your throat cut open.
Oh, talk to the hand.
Viola attacks once more, but the situation appears grim. She swings the arm at Hamlet from above, but he blocks its gory weight with both his swords, and they struggle at an impasse.
Does she have the upper hand?
Probably not for long.
While Hamlet and Viola remain deadlocked, Julia picks up the complete works, sneaks up behind Hamlet, and knocks him out with a well-placed blow. Hamlet falls forward, and his swords clatter out of his grasp. Viola looks shocked and amazed, then pokes at Hamlet with the arm. He is out cold and does not move. Presumably he sleeps, and perchance he dreams. Helena lays her flower crown on his head.
And they say you'll never use literature in real life.
Like math?
No, you definitely need math.
Oh. And 1, sword 0.
See? Math.
How did you do that?
Just some sleight of hand.
They kiss.
So, who wants the book first?
Oh, dibs. I only need to skim it. I can do the rest on my own. I have a hunk to marry, a kingdom to save, and a shepherdess to let down gently. Let me just... Okay. I'm almost there. I should be good. Anyone coming? Okay. You hang on to this then. Later, nerds.
Viola, holding the arm, waves a fond farewell to Rosalind. Exit Rosalind, leaving the book behind.
Well, I don't really need it either. I think I might just live in the forest and apply to be a fairy.
I don't think that's how it works.
I know that's not how it works.
But good luck with your goals.
Well, thanks, jerks. Bye. Oh, and I'm taking this.
Helena picks up her disembodied arm.
I'm armed and dangerous.
Oh.
Exit Helena to wreak havoc another day.
So, I believe you owe me an orchard.
Where am I supposed to find an orchard?
Oh, it's a long book. Take your pick.
The ending of this show involves a poem. Again, it's just because Shakespeare did it first. We don't want to be rude, but please go home. The show is done and we won't reimburse. As our 4 ladies go their separate ways, we'll say goodbye, and thus we end our play.
Thank you very much, Bob. I think it's time to unmute and people and let them have their video back. And we are taking questions from people if they have them.
I want to thank.
Okay.
I want to thank our arms.
Yeah, there should be a special thank you for them.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to the arms. So if you're not actually speaking, maybe you can mute yourselves. If you're not actually speaking to us, people are also welcome to send questions in the chat if they want. Thank you, Bob.
DJS.
DJ sends.
I don't know what's happening.
The OG Yorick came to say hello.
Oh, very nice.
Hello, OG Yorick.
Well done, guys. Gorgeous.
Thanks. They were good.
I had to mute myself because I was laughing too hard at people. So that was really nice.
It's honestly so impressive. Like, we wrote this, we know what the jokes are, and we still think they're hilarious when you say them.
Wanda says, that was so fun. Thank you so much for a lovely night. I loved it. Thanks for the fun time. Andrea, thanks. That was fun. Bob Smithson, this is wonderful. Bravo to everyone.
Thanks, guys. That was great.
Barry, thank you. Super. No, nice job. Glad I was able to catch it live again. Yanira, thank you. It was super. DJ, truly hilarious. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Diana York. Hi, Diana. Oh my goodness, so much fun. Well done, Brian. Well done. Very, very witty writing. Was this written to be performed on Zoom, or were those references added in radio? Ladies?
It was written for Fringe and adapted for Zoom, and especially for Doug.
Yes, it was Riley as well, I think, to make the narrator a little bit more interesting, to keep things fresh, and it was fun to try and adapt it as well to a new medium. So, thank you, Doug, for all of your patience on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Julia,
also, I gotta give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out to the two arms. Thank you, arms.
Absolutely.
Big hand, folks.
Barb Winthrop, Julia, loved your performance. Will follow your career now. H.P. Kent, loved the show. Hilarious. Great job, everyone. Wendy Cummings, thanks for keeping us entertained. Hope to be back in theater soon. Glynis, great show, guys. Thanks so much. Barb Winthrop.
My message.
Another great Hamlet for me. Hamlet to everyone. Thanks, Barb. Marie Poulain, well done for first online play. Barb, great premise for a show. Loved the transfer of props.
Well done, Riley, for organizing that.
Yeah. Seriously.
Riley has the best ideas, doesn't he?
I also kind of appreciate that we got an actual in-show heckler as the theatrical people of the door did.
I didn't know what she was doing.
Like, the only way we could have made it more authentic was to bring in an actual bear to compete with for attention.
Folks, it was a lot of fun. Bob Hicks is a hoot. Bob,
I do.
Man. Barb Winthrop, yay, Riley. I love that.
Yeah. Keith, are you okay there, buddy?
I think we broke Keith.
I really wish I knew whose laugh that was. Mika Melnick, Comedies for the Win.
Comedies for the win, indeed.
Does anybody who I can see Glynis and Paul and Barry and Barb.
See us. We can't see us. We can't see us.
Well, I can see you. You can't see me, but I can see you. Do you have any questions?
We're there somewhere, huh?
Oh yeah, you're here. And there's Rhonda. Right. So does Riley, do you want to talk about the play a bit?
Me?
Yeah, and your
No, I think I think the play speaks for itself. I think if any questions, it would be for the playwrights. It was just a gas to do, and I love everybody. Woo!
Where do
hard work?
Ryan Sando asked, where do our playwrights hail from?
We're both from Ottawa.
Yep.
Both from Ottawa. So apparently there are a lot of people on YouTube who have made comments that we can't see at the moment.
I was following along with it for a little bit, but then I had like 2 different screens going and it got too confusing.
I know, it's hard. It's hard for sure. But you should probably, folks, make a point of going to YouTube to look at some of those comments when you have a moment. I believe it's being recorded, isn't it?
Yeah, it's being streamed still.
And we're going to be able to replay that, right?
Yep, we should. YouTube archives everything under 12 hours, and I don't really see this going to the wee hours.
And if it does, probably the latter part of it shouldn't be recorded.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's being streamed still. And we're going to be able to replay that, right?
Yep, we should. YouTube archives everything under 12 hours, and
We can't see ourselves.
I see another question here, which is, from Barb Winthrop, I wonder why the wonderful writers, director, stage manager, etc. stayed on video.
Because they're part of the show.
You
like us?
I actually asked them to do it because I wanted a really big reaction to whenever somebody said Macbeth. And I thought it would help if the whole team reacted to the Macbeth being said. So it was at my request.
We were the tiny, tiny stand-ins for a proper, actual, large audience.
Because they're part of the show.
Like us? I actually asked them to do it because I wanted a really big reaction.
Oh, it's the YouTube.
Yeah,
somebody has the YouTube on, so we're hearing the echo.
How much delay there is. Okay.
Oh.
We were the tiny, tiny stand-ins for a proper, actual, large audience. Stavros, I think that's you.
It's whoever has the YouTube muted.
Yeah, somebody's got the
Theatre
YouTube.
Past.
Oh, it's my sister.
Yeah,
You got a bird in the house.
Hearing the echo.
The tiny, tiny stand-ins for a proper, actual, large audience. Stavros, have you got YouTube muted? You. Yeah, whoever has the YouTube muted.
There's somebody who's unmuted that's talking there. But hey, go for it. So that was the last of the questions. I think there'll probably be, there's probably a lot of stuff on YouTube that we need to look at.
I can I'll pull it up while muted and see if I can see any questions. People are saying great job, amazing. Applause, thank you, we love it, even though it's virtual. Someone comments, hedgehogs, hedgehogs indeed. No major questions that I can see, but if they pop up, we will either have an answer or make up an answer.
So I have a question. Whatever made you do this, to write this particular story?
I don't know. Becky?
I think a lot of different things. As Sarah said, we often just send each other stuff to make each other laugh. So sometimes it gets a little bit out of control and it starts becoming an entire dialogue. And we're not even really talking as ourselves at that point. So it just, you know, took that natural shape of having to be something instead of us just being crazy and talking to each other.
I think also this show idea initially came about when we'd actually finished a whole different show and we sort of had a gang of 4 women who were really involved in theater, and that sort of got the brain cells churning, and somehow that collided with Shakespeare and turned into this. Actually, Carly was one of the original women in that gang, and we loved having her. The part of Helena, I don't know if you can tell because it's so natural the way she speaks those lines. It's because they were actually written for her. She couldn't actually be in the original show for this at Fringe because she was doing a different show because she's in demand, and she's like, no, I can do 2 shows. And we were like, no, you can't. We love you, but no.
I appreciate you being the one to say no to that, because really I should have said no too.
Well, you know, we love fake murder, but not real murder and not real death. So we wanted to keep you, you know, alive and thriving.
Yeah.
We all know what it's like to have to turn down a project that we know is going to be really fun.
That's why it was such a treat to have Carly play Helena for this.
Yeah, and you are a treat, Carly. You're one.
Thank you. I was so happy to be able to actually do it this time.
Oh yeah, you're brilliant. You're all brilliant. Do you have another story coming down the pipe?
We had a play ready for Fringe this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you know,
stuff happened.
I was going to be in that as well. It was a really good script, just saying.
Really?
But, you know, that's okay. It'll still happen sometime, eventually.
It will.
Yeah. If anyone's curious, my 2-second elevator pitch is it is a murder mystery set at the Fringe Festival in Ottawa.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. Spooky. Tell them the title. Tell them the title.
The title is One Man Shot.
That's great.
Right then. So Riley,
Yeah.
what made you want to direct this?
Bob asked me.
Yeah, and he couldn't say no.
No, and I mean,
you mean?
I love a challenge, and I mean, this is theater. It's not meant to be done this way, and so I loved working with the playwrights and figuring out clever ways we could adapt this, because Zoom is very static, and so we came up with the book business, the kitchen knives, all that kind of stuff to just bring a little bit more dimension to the performance, and I think it ultimately worked. It was great fun to do, and we had to come up with something inventive in a very challenging time. And I hope we did that. I think we did, and it was great fun to do.
I've just had a message from Leanne. You know that I sent out an email to the actors and crew about doing a little video answer to questions that Leanne can use online. If anybody or any of you, I know that we got one from Gabby and we got one from Doug. Is anyone else going to do, and from the playwrights, of course, anybody else going to do one? Because Leanne would really love to use those if they're available.
If you're still collecting them, I will for sure do one.
Thank you. Could you get that done sooner than later? Everybody? We'd really love to have them. It'd be a lot of fun.
Becky, we have a question from Rachel Stanley. She asks, do we dislike him as much as the characters in the show?
I would love to know.
Of course not. Maybe Sarah does. I don't know.
No, I mean, I love the play Hamlet. I don't know if I love the character Hamlet.
You know, Hamlet's a complicated guy. He probably should have just talked about his feelings like a little bit more and things would have ended a lot better for him.
Literally everyone around him.
I don't hate, yeah, that's fair.
But hate is a strong word. I'm extremely fond of Hamlet because he is indeed so silly.
Susanna Doherty is asking, is there anything from the Zoom adaptation that you hope to keep for the staged play?
I don't know. I'd love to keep Doug in there more.
Yeah, I just like Doug and his voice so much. I would listen to him read the phone book.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Well, someone's asked us, Rachel again. Rachel's asked us, cast and crew, what are our favorite Shakespeare plays? Mine is Much Ado About Nothing.
Ooh, me
did
too.
not make it into this at all.
I'm quite
Also my
fond of.
favorite.
Oh, sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
Also my favorite, Much Ado.
So good. Becky, what's yours?
I feel like I'm split 50-50 with Much Ado and Twelfth Night.
That's fair.
I'm very fond of it.
Carly.
It's actually A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Aww.
Oh.
Gabby.
Stole it. I was going to say A Midsummer Night's Dream, but then I feel like it's just popped to my head because that's what I did last year. But what else do I like? Midsummer Night's Dream is beautiful. The fairies. Who doesn't like the fairies?
Davros, what's yours?
Titus Andronicus.
Good answer.
Actually, it is.
Oh wait, I forget. I love Macbeth. Macbeth is my favorite, as well as
I like that one too.
King Lear.
Very good one.
Measure for measure.
What's yours?
Measure for measure.
Nice. Ooh.
We got a nice note from Venetia Lawless. Congratulations, you guys were fantastic, and what a fun piece of work. Loved what Riley and you all did. Applause. Which is lovely.
Andy, what's your favorite play?
Yeah, mine's Cymbeline.
Wow, a choice out of left field, but a good one.
First one.
That's my acting school audition piece.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to do the one that no one else has done. So.
Yeah.
What about you, Shirley?
It worked.
Despite my character not believing in fairies, it's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yay.
Yeah, I love the whimsy and it's beautiful.
Charlotte? We lost Charlotte?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I have two, but fortunately this did not happen during the show, so it's okay. So my favorite tragedy is Romeo and Juliet, and my favorite comedy is A Midsummer Night's Dream, and my dream role is to be one of the mechanicals.
Yeah, that's fun. Bob, what's your favorite Shakespeare?
Oh, let's say The Tempest.
Ooh, good one. I'm saying good one to all of them. They're all good.
They're all good.
Actually,
actually, except Two Gentlemen of Verona, actually.
He was learning.
That's why we wrote this, like justice for Julia.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I have a peanut gallery here saying some of the histories are not very good, and he's got a point.
Does anyone really read those anymore, though?
You'd be surprised.
No.
They're not very historically accurate either.
But you know, if your goal is to say, "Wow, gosh, the Tudors sure are great. Give us some money." Did you stop? Any other questions from people on YouTube?
Am I the only person who watched both shows? Who watched Kissing a Stranger and who watched Skirts in the Forest?
No, I watched.
I may be. And the comparison is quite dramatic. The effort that you guys made and the technical success you had were quite astonishing. I did not expect anything as close to as funny and fast-paced as what you were able to pull off. And the adaptations you made to deal with the limitations of Zoom were quite charming, quite funny, and you obviously enjoyed doing it. And that, you know, I think that was apparent to everyone who watched how much fun you were having. And I was also astonished, technically, I was astonished at how well you were able to speak simultaneously and how little trouble you had with the transitions between characters, which was a huge stumbling block for most of the Zoom conferences I've been on, and certainly was for Kissing a Stranger. Kissing a Stranger was a 50-minute play that took an hour and a half to read, and you guys were in under an hour. It was lickety-split. I could hardly believe my ears. So hats off to you guys for both this was kind of an artistic triumph, which no one would have claimed for Kissing a Stranger. even though they had a great evening and talked till 4 in the morning on Zoom. And it remains to be seen whether you guys will do the same, but it was, this was, I think it completely turns around some comments that came after Kissing a Stranger about what can be achieved on Zoom. And it keeps people, we had almost 75 people, with some people waiting in the waiting room who couldn't get in. So it obviously keeps people tuned into the theater community, which is a great plus for us and for you. I had a great time, even though I was here under duress.
Thank you for organizing all of this, Bob. It's been wonderful having this project to work on with everybody.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that.
I just want to a shout out to Leanne Wand.
Yes.
Well, our marketing person at the OLT who has been instrumental in getting us on YouTube and working with Sarah and Becky to get the Zoom and the YouTube, and Bob too, the 4 of you together. I watched you put all of this together and it was quite incredible. So thank you very much for making it happen, all of you.
This seems like as good a time as any to say goodnight to the people watching the live stream on YouTube. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for joining us in this careful recreation of the chaotic atmosphere of the theater, and we hope to see you in the real theater very soon.
Especially for the people who are apparently in the UK, which I assume is partially Gabby's doing, but my goodness, go to bed, please.
Yeah, I had a little drama school reunion today, so I may have mentioned it then. Yeah. And I have some Brazilian family tuning in, and also some British family, so thanks. Bye guys, love you.
Bye. Bob, if you click the 3 little dots, you can say stop live stream.